Hi, I'm Naish, and so I got to meet Tyler this week, and he says that some of you guys are going through a rough time. And well, first I'll tell you a little bit about myself so you understand why Tyler would ask me to talk to you. When I was little, I was molested, and growing up, I always had suicidal depression ever since I was 14 years old. And it got so bad I was cutting and things like that. And I've learned now how to deal with it, and I've learned from my mistakes. And the depression hasn't gone away, but I've learned some of the tricks to making it not so bad. So Tyler just asked me to share some of those tricks with you. Tricks is what I call them. They're not really tricks, but the first thing you need to do is if you're feeling depressed all the time or most of the time, that's not normal. That's not how it's supposed to be. So you need to start you need to tell your parents, or if you don't feel safe telling your parents, you need to tell someone you trust. If you're hurting yourself, then you definitely need to talk to your doctor or a counselor. Or if you don't want to talk to someone face to face, you can call hotlines. There's tons of them out there. Or look on the internet for phone numbers. You don't have to look at their face. I called them and I was like, this is what I'm going through. Can you give me some ideas? Can you help me out? So the number one important thing is don't hide it. Because if you hide it, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And that's what I did. So I had it for 3 years. I didn't talk about it, and it got so bad. And it was insane when I finally dealt with it. The sooner you deal with it, the easier it'll be. It'll still be hard, but it'll be easier than it could have been. The other thing is that depression makes you want to feel that way. So when you're really bummed out and suicidal, part of you doesn't want to be that way, but depression convinces you that you want to be that way, which is total crap. You don't actually want to be that way. It is part of the depression. It tricks you, and it's like you're not good at anything, you should just die, and it says you should feel like this, you deserve to feel like this, which is absolute crap. When you're feeling depressed and suicidal, that's not true. Those feelings are from a sickness, and it's not your fault that you're depressed. It's 100% not your fault. If someone has cancer, you don't go, oh, it's your fault you have cancer. If someone has lupus, you don't go, it's your fault you have lupus. If someone's going through depression, it's not their fault they have depression. It's a sickness, and it needs to be treated like a sickness. If you've got a flu, you don't hide it and you get worse and worse and worse. You go to the doctor. You go get the medicine. When you've got depression, you need to get medicine. You need to get help. And there are antidepressants that your doctor may put you on, or you can go talk to a counselor. You don't always need the medicine. It depends what type of depression you have. But the most important thing to remember is that depression isn't your fault, and like I said before, you need to talk about it. It's not your fault, and you need to get it out in the open, or it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Kind of like if you take milk and leave it in a cup and leave the lid on. If you don't let the air out, it's going to get moldy and sick and gross and be hardcore heinous. So you don't want your depression to be sitting and getting moldy and worse and worse and worse. Other good things to do is, write about it. You can write songs, you can write poetry, write journal entries. You can just write walls of swearing, whatever makes you feel better. Find what makes you feel better and do it a lot. Like for me, it's watching like mob movies. If I watch a mob movie, I start to feel way better. Like Scarface or Godfather, and I feel way better. So there might be some movies that make you feel better, some books. And if you're feeling really suicidal and you can't control it, then you should go to the hospital and they'll help you out. They won't tie you down and look at you like a freak, because you're not a freak. It's a sickness. They understand that. You go in an emergency room, they'll be like, say, I'm having a really hard time, I'm feeling really suicidal. They'll take you in, no problem. You need to get help before it kills you. The biggest thing about suicide is that you do it when you feel like your life isn't worth living. Like there's no point in you being alive. Everything sucks, so what's the point? Well, think of it like this. Imagine the 1 or 2 friends you might have, or you might have dozens. Growing up, I only had 1 or 2. But think of those 1 or 2 friends you have. Just think of those 1 or 2 friends you have and how important they are to you. Think of how important, like, Tyler is to you, right? Now, you're just that important to him. You're as important to Tyler as he is to you. So if you committed suicide, then you'd be, come on, imagine what that would do to him. Imagine what that would do to your family. They need you just as much as you need them. Your being alive serves 2 purposes. You're helping out your family, and your family helps you out. So life might suck, and sometimes, day after day, it sucks. But you're here for a reason. You're here for your friends and family. You're here to be a friend to other people, and they're here to be a friend to you. I hope that answers any questions you might have been thinking of, or gives you some clues. If you want to, you can email me, chrisnaish@hotmail.com. Tyler can give it to you or whatever, but I hope that helps. And life isn't all bad, so here's a burp. All right, adios.